Hey! Okay. How's everyone doing? So we got a few things. I got a lot of things that I can paint. Now a lot of things are primed. We're gonna go through just a couple things today. First, I got a little mini right here. Hey. How do I hide that? There we go. I have this mini. Nice, cool, evil villain. You know, folklore, you'll know which one it is. But it's supposed to be a surprise for someone. So I gotta be cryptic with what I'm saying. So we have that. That character is primed. And then I'm gonna go over terrain and bases. Not necessarily a building, but the base of a terrain. And how I like to do it as a DM. A little bit limiting at times, but overall I think it is super flexible, easy to play at any time, and opens up for improvising the game a bit more. So we'll go over that today. How's everyone in the chat doing? Hey Tyler, Guitar, Orange, Trenton, Myro. The classic heroes of our adventure have arrived. Okay, so this is an 18-inch piece of wood. I know it's hard to tell, but it is wood. Perfect circle. Don't recommend getting something smaller than this, but in general, that's as wide as I can go. So, you might have seen on Fables, in general, we're moving towards more of the circular gaming terrains. A while back on Dungeon Craft, the YouTube channel, Professor Dungeon Master discussed the idea of zone terrain in a circle, which is really cool idea. But in general, what's a cool idea is having a circle terrain and put it on a lazy Susan, so that way the game can always be rotated and everyone can see something. For Fables as an actual play channel, what's great about this is, in comparison to Son of a Dungeon Corridor, where we have a massive, awesome Dwarven Forge map that's locked in as a rectangle, we have to get multiple cameras to see multiple angles of the terrain so you can see the minis. With this, at Fables, we only need a single camera. And as we rotate the terrain, you're getting new angles on that camera. And it's really awesome. There's a lot of things all at once. Hard thing is these are difficult, not really necessarily difficult, but time consuming to make. A lot of trial and errors. This and the other one I'm going to show you are kind of the best final form that I've come to. So this one is our new Arctic terrain. If I lower the exposure by doing that, you can see that there's actually a lot more blue going on in here than just white. You can, I know there's the shadow of the microphone, ignore that. But you can see that I have a few different colors of blue in there. And the goal with that is more so to communicate the temperature. Not to just say, oh, it's a blue floor. It is dry brushed white. I think I can do a little bit more dry brushing to get a little bit of that snow vibe. And then scattered terrain with that's painted white kind of gets the rest of the snow vibe going on. So, how I made these, we have the thin, I should go on this side. We have the thin piece of wood on the bottom, and then we have EVA foam. I literally ordered those floor gym mats that you can get for home gyms, and I cut this up. On the inside, which obviously I can't show you because it's just wood, but inside has been measured every inch and a magnet placed in every inch. So that way, if it is just plain terrain, we can use magnets to help whenever we want. It's not a on the grass one that I made, which I can show you, there's no little, maybe you can even see. Yeah, you can see it. There's like the subtleness of a grid baked in. And how I did that is I cut it as if I wanted to show a grid, and then I used filler to fill it up, and what was left is just this tiny crevice. And what's great is just without the grid, visually, it looks amazing. The magnets help be an invisible grid. Problem is, if you're trying to put different things on the map, you lose track of where the grid really is, and you're getting not straight lines when you're moving around the minis. So on camera, no grid looks great. While playing, the grid is super essential and helpful. So having a little subtle grid goes a long way. And then I texturized it with my black pepper paste texture. We have wood base to keep it stiff. We have magnets every inch, and we have a subtle grid cut into it. And then it's painted a lot of different blues to communicate a cold temperature with white to get a little bit more of the Arctic vibe. Probably going to put some white dry brush on this today, some more. It's never finished. Then we have this one. This one, the grid is a little bit more pronounced, which I don't know how I feel about that. But in general, this is supposed to be a desert. It is, we got a lot of the red going on, and we got our first layers of sand color going on. So I'm going to work on dressing this to get a little bit more sandy looking. I'm going to see how well that can get. I'm not in love with this yet, and that just might be because it's not finished. But yeah, that's kind of what we're going to be doing today. Working on some terrain. Come on, snap. There we go. We're going to work on some terrain, and we're going to work on this little evil devil. Great. I'm going to start with the snow since it's farthest. Ooh, this dry brush is a bit wet. I've been soaking all night, that's probably why. I think 18 inches is as small as I'll ever go. The prototypes that I had were which I now use just for painting purposes was 16 inches, and that didn't, once you put the minis on, it's not a lot of space. 18 inches sometimes actually feels small. I think I don't feel like starting over and making bigger ones. It's so time consuming. I'd rather have a nice complete set in 18 inches than just start over and try to aim for bigger. But in general, I think if you were to make one of these, the goal should be around 20 to 24 inches. Almost dry. That's good. Remember, for dry brushing, you want to remove almost as much paint as you can from the brush, because you want a lot of wasted paint, but the effect is to create a gradient. Let's see, this is mostly the center needs most. And that texture that I put on creates hills and valleys on the terrain. It's little micro ones that are designed to catch this dry brushing technique. And that way I can show depth. Hmm. I also want to make a gradient from the center to the outer ring, in the sense that it gets a lot wider and has a sense of fog of war, which is probably some of the hardest. You gotta do this with patience, because if you try to go too far and too fast with it, you end up just making smudges, and it doesn't really look good at all. I've made that mistake and I've started over many times. The paint doesn't really fill in the lines that much, especially dry brushing. The point is to hit the hills and not the valley. I mean the LED terrain on Bravo? that terrain turned out pretty good. I definitely want to do a V2 of it though. I see where it can improve. Conceptually, it works really well. It doesn't read that well on, as well as I'd like on camera though. That's the downside. So I needed to find a way to make it work better on camera. Which is, it doesn't matter how good it looks to my eye. It has to look better on the camera. A warning though, if you use LEDs on your terrain, especially the entire base, make sure no one of your party is sensitive to lights and colors and flashes and stuff like that. You can definitely feel like it takes the fun out of it and you end up blaming somebody for something that they have no control over. So if you make an LED terrain, just be warned, not everyone will be able to enjoy it to its fullest potential. That might even be you. Is there lag? Yes. Did that fix it? There we go. That should have fixed it. I think I'm digging that. But this is a good test on how it looks on camera. Oh yeah, these were, this is a recycled piece and those were meant to be cobblestone, but I messed up and I just decided to turn into ice. It is hard to read what terrain. Well, not a decent exposure though. That clearly looks like white. And if it looks like white, then all the colors you get are going to be some form of blue. Yeah, under the shadow you can get the blue out of that. Yeah, that turns out great. Cool. Desert. So what we're going to start with, a few colors that we can go through here. Probably going to start with desert yellow, and that's kind of that mustard that's going over all this orangey red. So for desert, I do think it needs to be less red, more sand. And I have tried just doing actual sand. And it looks kind of lame. It's pretty basic. So going for more of a color theory, emotional vibe, I think is going to help a lot. It's not actually honey mustard, no. Just looks like it. I got a lot of colors to layer over this desert sand mustardy look. I'm fine with getting it a little bit in the valleys. This is just piles of coloring layer that's going to happen. Ooh, this was a little much. But because of the layers, I'm okay with that. In general, what we're working with, not happy with it yet. Remember, I'm trying to always have that little bit of a vignette vibe. So it's always thicker around the outside. And what that doubles up for crafting and painting purposes is kind of a testing spot where I can go a little bit thicker and go, oh, I could go thicker on the inside a little bit more too. Someone with big horns can't wear a pullover shirt. Yeah, I think we forget what it feels like to put a sweater on Halloween. think that's why capes are so popular on Halloween, because you can't wear a sweater. Oh yeah, I could add a lot more mustard to this. Down one line of the grid and see what that looks like. Keep painting the bit closest to me, and you guys can. Dude, happy to do the streams. Just gotta remember to keep doing them. So much can happen in a single week that I can forget. And then what sucks is that I even miss out on the set time to like, hey, go work on these paintings and these minis, or this world building, like whatever it needs to be. Funny is that the camera angle can see things that I can't. We're nearly there and almost done with this color. Then we have to work on the next layer. What am I painting, Max? I am painting one of my terrain bases. I work in 18-inch circles, and you can see a grid, but the grid is meant to be a little bit more hidden, while for the most part, magnets do most of the heavy lifting, or one or the other, depends on the vibe. And this is my desert one that we're starting with a little bit of a rusty orange red to really give off that hot temperature vibe. And then just layering on different tones and colors of sand on top of that. If there's anyone watching right now, feel free to subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, because guess what, guys? That helps the channel a lot. I don't push often about it, because everyone does. Everyone just screams, subscribe, likes, notify the bell, brr! But it does help. And what helps the most is commenting and liking. So, feel free to do so if you like the content. Helps the channel grow, gets more people to watch, makes the channel earn more money, and means that I can afford to do this more often with less stress. On my second bottle of desert yellow mustard. I've played with making multi-tier level terrain with some rocks and building structures and stuff. I'm a little bit limited just on space for that. So I try to avoid it as much as I can, but if I'm going to be putting rocks down and stuff like that, like I try to make it so it's like it invites you to go higher levels and stuff like that. And then I only pull these out during combat. I don't have these out during social interactions or stuff like that. Because then I'm constantly playing with my toys and not with my friends. And it costs more. It costs way more money. Great. I think this is looking really good for its stage. I really don't like the desert yellow color as a final color though. Alley one shot was a blast. I'm in the middle of rush season right now with Son of a Dungeon post-production, and about to shoot Refuge all at once. So I don't have an answer for you today on when her one shot's going to come out. But it's not going to be this month. I don't know. Well, is it going to be this month? Maybe right before the end of the month. I'm not entirely sure yet. I'll probably have an answer, a way better answer, more accurate answer by the end of the week. So by next stream, ask me again. Because I also want to, at the same time I have to get Son of a Dungeon out, I want to make sure I get you guys Alley's one shot and a Refuge as soon as possible. post-production takes time. If I do want to sleep. And I do. How dare I want to sleep? Yeah, Fables of Refuge took a break because we were just going every week non-stop, which was cool and fun, but it was also super stressful, and I needed some sleep. So I decided, hey, let's pause, save some money up, buy some more minis, fix up the lighting and stuff like that a little bit, and then we can come back. And I also get to do some one-shots to put some other types of games up on the channel. Cool. Probably what's going to happen to get everything out on time, I'm going to have to hire an editor. Look at that. Look at your comment. Yeah. I've had a few people help me here and there, but in general, there needs to... I have a full-time job that helps fund this, and then no time to make it, but not enough money to pay someone the amount of money that I believe they deserve. I can only pay them so much. Ah. Cool. I'm gonna move on to the next color. Do a test here. Nope, don't need that color. What about this color? Definitely want that color. Okay, so the next color on the list. When it focuses, I will give you information. Really close. Will the autofocus? Oh, you know what? Gotta turn the autofocus on. I'm so dumb. Elven flesh. I just had the one. Oh no, I prepared myself for this terrain. I got so much elven flesh. Hey, if you need elven flesh for your next leather coat or your next leather vest, I'm your guy. That adds a little bit of like brightness that sand has. We'll just start with the outer ring and work our way in. Hey, elven flesh is a commodity. It's great against dwarves and dragons. Oh, thank you, Black Hole. Yeah, Jared's doing a great job world building. And then I think everyone at the table is doing a great job at both playing the game and playing a game for camera. We're not trying to necessarily make a show out of what we're doing. Trying to play a game with the awareness that there's a camera and an audience, and just slowly getting better at that. And then as you can see on the one-shots, we've been doing a lot of editing. Refuge is not going to get that much editing because editing takes a long time. The best context without getting like nitty-gritty in the editing is normally on those one-shots that you see on the channel right now, spend about a week editing draft 1, and then Allie will do like a QC pass, quality control, just looking at it, give me notes. I do a V2, upload. And the V2 takes maybe 2 days because I just follow the notes, assuming everything else was well. Refuge is going to gotta be a lot less editing, so that way it doesn't take as long, and focused editing. And that means you know what we're cutting out, such as I'm a fan of this, is when we say roll initiative. If we're all having a fun reaction and stuff, keep it, but really the time that it's spent waiting to count initiative and get to the first turn, I think that can always be edited out. And I think I'm a fan of this. Go look at the Egypt's Fire one-shot, and this is a great example because I loved it. Episode 1 I didn't do it. All the other episodes I did. Whenever it was, and it's your turn, I just cut that, and I just went from one person's end of a turn to the top of their turn. And it was really engaging to watch because it was just a lot faster and smoother. I'm a fan of that. And those are very consistent edits that really are focused around cutting fat out of the gameplay, not the story. And there's always an exception, right? You know, the table has a big reaction, or we quickly mention or learn something. That's got to stay because that's important for both on-camera storytelling and the story in the game. Probably make sure every episode, what I'm a fan of is making sure the first couple minutes of the episode is nice and tight so we can get into the story. And and then make sure the button of the episode, the ending, is nice and smooth. If we nail it really well on camera, there's very little need to edit. You know, like, we had a rhythm that editing gets in the way of. I'm not gonna add the edit to it. I do like just switching between cameras and punching in on close-ups. That's a lot of fun. That's probably the most time-consuming part of editing. Which one am I using? This one. So I don't know if that's going to be a thing. Maybe for really big, dramatic, important scenes, I might do that. But once you start doing that, you're going to want to keep doing it. So I'll feel it out. I don't want to edit Refuge down drastically like we did on the one-shots, because that means you're cutting a lot out. And I know from all your guys' comments is that you don't want to lose a little, as much as possible, so I don't want to remove as much as possible either. But at the same time, I want to enjoy the rhythm of the storytelling. So it's just a balancing act. Yeah, because if you look at the two ends of the spectrum, I think you have Critical Role, where it's just completely uncut, and it's entirely up to you in the moment and your energy, how well you're fed, how well hydrated you are, and how not distracted you are to keep that rhythm and storytelling going. While I would say Son of a Dungeon is extremely edited. It's literally hyper-focused storytelling and just using the game as the foundation. But Sam as the DM, that's the kind of show he wants the game to be. So, that's what I make. And then I want kind of Fables to be a bit in the middle. And having more edited, more extreme editing on one-shots is very helpful for people coming to the channel who aren't sure if they're invested in the long form storytelling. This feels really good. Got an idea. Okay. I find that putting minis on the base really do help. How's the music in the background? Too quiet? Alright, next color. Arid Earth. It's become my new favorite highlight color. I'm not in love with it. I'm not in love with the look. It's not as pretty as the one. Definitely reads as if it is desert, though. Especially with the minis. To get a little more dry brush to them. It pretty much reads really well. I think the red base of these a little too vibrant. They need to be dried brushed. Overall on camera, these feel like the base looks like it kind of work. A little darker. Obviously, the brighter it gets, incredible. This is about the average exposure. Yeah, and you get a few different layers of colors going on in there. Definitely can see that red. That's a definite. You can see that mustard. You kind of sometimes see the difference between the arid earth and wolfish skin. But it's really hard. They kind of blend. Took minis that long. Look at this mini that I got here. Ooh, this is interesting. Just some scatter. That gives us some real good life. We've entered the art phase, everybody. That was a little much. That was a little much right there. Sorry about that. When was the last time anyone here has watched The Mummy? That's not bad. That's pretty good for desert. Up next to winter. That'll do, guys. I think that'll do for camera. I think that looks great. Oh, you gotta go watch it. It's a great movie. For whatever reason, that movie has casted every beautiful actor in the world to be in that movie. Okay, well, I'm gonna put this aside. Ugh. I'll paint this one next week. I keep underestimating the time of that I have for the streams. So this will be a next week goal, which is great because probably roughly when I need to use it. I gotta prime all these buildings. Just got nice little market stuff. Baker, potions, food, more food. A little market scene. That's pretty nice. Oh yeah, and then this one. A small blacksmith. Figure this is a nice small scatter for a market scene. Especially if you think about the size of those discs. You know, maybe I put 1/2 of a building somewhere and the rest is all this. options here. You know? Especially if I want to cause trouble. This leg broke off, so I have to glue it. But yeah, this would be nice to get to. Oh yeah. There's another part of it. It's just this tent of goods. I move it all over. Give it some berth. Berth? Yeah. Breathing room. There we go. Oh, look at that. I can actually just... Oh, street market? That's nice. Then something can go down on the... And I could put a building right here. And now I have a little street market set. Thank you, Wars. Ooh. I have this well. I can put the well in the middle. I got some crates and barrels. Oh, I got this like on a black base. I could probably peel that off and put it on a clear one. Yeah, this is a thing. This is a nice little set. For like, if you want to, not because you want a market scene, like, oh, we're gonna go shopping, oh, here's the market. No, this is great for like, stuff's going down in the middle of the city. And you got to the market, oh, and you gotta just put a bunch of NPCs here because it's just a cluster. Tyler, I'm probably going to get off before you get home. Sorry to say. Alright, you be careful on the road. What is this in front of my lens? Tools. Alright, yeah. So I'll try to get this stuff primed. So if we finish the boss mini next week, we can just roll right into painting some of this stuff. But in general, next week we're going to focus on the little boss mini. Here, I'll get to the macro lens back up. Okay, well, I gotta still prime that spot. But we'll prime this one. No, I have primed. I'm not thinking. I have primed that one. Next week we'll paint it, and then I'll have these ready to go. I don't have an idea of when and where these are going to be used. The goal is to have these terrain kind of ready. Did my light die? My light died. In general, have them ready to be used. Because a big part is having them ready to go can help inspire encounters. It's like, oh, we have the pieces for that. I could use that to have a really cool visual scene of X, Y, and Z. So that's why I'm trying to like get more and more scattered terrain. Like, I don't need a whole shop. Like, I was surprised how much I got with this. This will do so well. Yeah, just having things ready to go. Even if they're repeated, like you could put these barrels and crates in the middle of the woods. You can probably put this in the middle of the woods too. And this well. And right there you have like a camp. Yeah. But you also don't want to get too specific on your minis when you prepare for any situation. Because if you get too specific, then you're going to be critical about the things you pick. For example, just a general library set is super helpful to have. I don't have one. That could go a long way. Or just a really cool dungeon / basement set. That could go a long way with some stuff too. Very helpful. Exactly. That's why when I do my buildings, I kind of try to keep them as terrain general as possible, but then try to make them look pretty and unique in their own way. Yeah, I even have these that I'm working on. These could be used all over the place. It's just rubble. It's the most basic scatter of just junk. If you just have a bunch of piles of rocks, dirt, and sticks and logs. It's really great. It could be in the middle of the woods, some ruins, broken down town, or a prison, a fortress that they have piles of rocks ready to go for catapults, or just throwing rocks at people, which do a lot of damage. Don't want to get hit by the head with a big rock. So yeah. Or you have all this rubble and you have like dead minis, like dead people minis laying around. There was a battle, but then at a certain time you get little rock elementals to pop out of these and they start attacking the party as they go inside the circle. And it's just a trap. That's pretty good. Yeah, I got plenty of stuff to come, plenty of minis to work on. It's just making sure I prime them before we stream. Yeah, I fell. Where'd the leg go? There it is. I think I have the delay for this stream set really slow. Because it feels like you guys are like a full minute behind, and I need to fix that for the next one. That's rough. I think I can speed it up to the point like it's 10 seconds or something like that. That would be really nice. Because I just saw myself lean like this. Oh well, gotta work on that. Well, I hope all of you enjoyed the stream. Hope you got to relax, learned a little bit of something. And thank you for watching. Thank you for participating in the live chat. Please do drop a like and drop a comment. I know you guys here on the live chat, this is way better, but the more comments YouTube sees a video have, the more engagement it recognizes, which then it shares to more people, so more people can learn about this content and enjoy the channel and what we're making, and the channel can make a little bit more money, which helps make the channel make more content more often. It's all a cycle. And it starts with you guys, and I'm really thankful for all of you. So, yeah, I'll see you all next week, roughly around the same time, noon Tuesday. The only reason I wouldn't stream is either I really forgot, which I shouldn't have, or an emergency popped up and I can't do it. So, I'll see you next week, Tuesday at noon Pacific time. Just hit a notification on the channel and you'll be reminded, no problem. And enjoy some of the other Downtime videos, and enjoy Fables of Refuge and the other one-shots that we have now on the channel. We're getting a lot more content and I really enjoy that. See you later, everyone. Have a good rest of the day, good evening, good night, or good morning.
Speak a word in your anytime.